Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Sairam, everyone. It's lovely to see you all here. And thank you for registering for the pilgrimage. And those who haven't registered, you still have time to register for the pilgrimage. And otherwise, also, I hope this meeting will be useful to you all because we will be sharing a lot of information, and it will inspire you to join the next pilgrimage if you have not registered already. Sairam, everyone. Now, are you okay? Ready? For the Swami's pill. Now we'll have a Swami's discourse.
Today we speak of art.
కానీ ఈ వచ్చినటువంటి వారంతా ఆర్ట్ తో రాలేదు, హార్ట్ తో ఆర్ట్ ని తీసుకొచ్చారు.
Those that have come here, they have not come here merely with art. They have come with heart.
కనుక వీరి ఆర్ట్ అంతా కూడా హార్ట్ నుంచి వస్తుండాది.
So their art originated out of heart.
కొంతమంది మరింత శరీరమనే మరచి ఆనందంగా లీనమైనటువంటి వారు ఉన్నారు.
Some have forgotten their body consciousness. They were in
ఎక్కడ
blissful state.
ఉన్నాము? మేము జర్మనీలో ఉన్నామా, జపాన్లో ఉన్నామా, రష్యాలో ఉన్నామా, చైనాలో ఉన్నామా, ఆస్ట్రేలియాలో ఉన్నామా, ఆఫ్రికాలో ఉన్నామా అనేటువంటి వారి ఊరి పేరు కూడా వారు చింతించడం లేదు.
They have lost their nativity. They have forgotten their identity. Whether Germany or Japan.
ఇది నిజమైన సమాధి.
This is true state of samadhi.
సమాధి అనగా ఏమిటి?
What is samadhi?
ఏదో ఊడిపోయి పడిపోవటము,
Is just falling on the ground
ఊడిపోయి పడిపోవటము,
or falling?
ఇంకా ఏ విధంగానో చేయటము.
Not some other action.
ఇవంతా సమాధులు కాదు.
That is not
అది
samadhi.
ఏదో ఒక హిస్టీరియా కావచ్చును,
It might be
ఒక
hysteria.
ఇమాజినేషన్ కావచ్చును,
Imagination.
కేవలం ఫిట్స్ కావచ్చును.
It may be fits.
ఇది ఏది కాదు. ఇది
Nothing whatsoever.
ఇది ఆనందముతో మర్చిపోయినటువంటిది.
It is blissful state.
సమాధి ఇది సమాధి.
Samadhi. Samadhi.
సమానగా సుఖ దుఃఖమును మర్చిపోవటము.
Sama means forgetting the pleasure and the pain.
ఈ యొక్క చీకటి వెలుగును మర్చిపోవటము.
Forgetting the light and darkness.
దేహము మనసు యొక్క తత్వం మర్చిపోవటము.
Forgetting the body consciousness.
క్షణములైన కూడా ఆనందములో లీనం కావటము.
For a moment at least one should merge in that bliss.
సమాధి.
That is samadhi.
ఇలాంటి సమచిత్తాన్ని వారు అనుభవించి ఇన్ని వేల మందికంతా ఈ ఆనందాన్ని పంచారు.
They experienced this equanimity and made everybody happy.
వారికి వారు అనుభవించడమే కాక
Not only they experienced,
అందరికీ ఈ ఆనందాన్ని పంచారు.
they shared their happiness with
ఇంతకంటే
everyone.
గొప్ప తపస్సు ఏం కావాలి?
Can there be greater
ఇంతకంటే
penance than
గొప్ప
this?
సాధన ఏం
There
కావాలి?
can be better practice anywhere.
తాము అనుభవించటము, 10 మందికి అందించటము.
He experiences and shares.
ఉద్ధరే ఆత్మనాత్మానం. తాము ఉద్ధరింపబడి ఇతరులు కూడా ఉద్ధరిస్తూ వచ్చారు.
One should work for redemption and help others for redemption.
వారు ప్రతి ఒక్క వారి దేశం యొక్క పద్ధతులను చక్కగా ఏ విధమైన ప్రాచీన సంస్కృతిని అనుసరించి వాళ్ళు అనుసరిస్తూ వచ్చారు.
They have displayed the culture of their land.
జపనీస్ మొన్న వాళ్ళ యొక్క కల్చర్ను ఎంత గురువు యొక్క దీని లోపల ఆ గురువు యొక్క పూజారి యొక్క భయం చేత చాలా మంది అనుకున్నారు ఆ పూజారికి చేతులు వణికిపోతున్నాయి, అతను ముసిలివాడు అని అనుకున్నారు.
Japanese the other day, they have displayed the practices there in the temple. Many felt that the priest's hands are shivering out of fear. No.
కానీ భగవంతుని దగ్గర వచ్చినప్పుడు, రాజు దగ్గర వచ్చినప్పుడు ఆ వినయ విధేయతను నిరూపించే నిమిత్తమై ఆ విధంగా చేస్తూ వచ్చాడు.
It is the display of their humility in front of God and the king.
అంత వినయాన్ని వారు పాటిస్తూ వచ్చారు.
That humility they observed.
దేశంలో అన్నింటి దేశముల కంటే జపాన్ చాలా ముందుకు వచ్చినటువంటిది యంత్రమంత్ర తంత్రములు యందు.
Japan is on the top today in the world.
అలాంటి జపాన్ వారు ఎంత వినయ విధేయతను అందిస్తూ వచ్చారు.
Japanese, they stood for all humility today.
ఒక రష్యన్స్ అంతా.
Then Russian.
ఈ రష్యన్స్ అనేటువంటి దానికి రష్ వాళ్ళలో ఉన్నటువంటి అంతా కూడా ఒక రష్యే.
In Russian there is a lot of rush.
ఆ రష్యన్స్ నుంచి వచ్చినటువంటి వారు ఎంత మైమర్చి పాట పాడుతూ తన శరీరాన్ని మర్చిపోయి ఆ యొక్క స్త్రీ చుట్టూ తిరుగుతూ ఆడుతూ పాడుతూ వచ్చేసింది.
The Russians, particularly that lady, she has forgotten herself, went on singing, dancing all over.
ఎంత హృదయం ఆవేశం రావటం చేత ఆవేదన కలవటం చేత అంత ఆనందాన్ని అనుభవించింది.
Because of the yearning and the feeling, she was in a blissful
తనకే
state of
తెలియదు ఏం
ecstasy.
చేస్తున్నాననేటువంటిది. తనకే తెలియదు ఏం చేస్తున్నానని.
She doesn't know what's happening.
పాడుతుండాది, ఎగురుతుండాది, తిరుగుతుండాది.
She was singing, dancing and moving about.
కనుకనే ఎట్టి వారికి ఎట్టి పరిస్థితిలో ఏ స్థానంలో ఎలాంటి ప్రాప్తి లభిస్తుందో చెప్పడానికి వీలు కాదు.
We do not know where, why and how, what kind of deservedness we get, no one can say.
మొత్తం పైన వచ్చిన వారందరి కూడాను ఎంత మార్పు, ఎంత పరివర్తన జరిగింది.
All those that have come here experienced transformation.
వచ్చారు లైఫ్ లో పాపం.
They have come once in their lifetime.
వారిలో కలిగినటువంటి మార్పు.
Thank you. Sai Ram, I think as Swami was mentioning about the blissful state, whichever country you belong, I think that is probably how we will be in Prashanti. There'll be people from various countries, and we'll all be in a blissful state when we are there in front of Swami's, abode, really, where Swami has actually promised his mother to not to leave Puttaparthi, and that is exactly where we are going for the pilgrimage, and that is exactly where we will be. The vibration in the place is, I cannot explain how the state of mind will be, and Swami more or less explained it, how, what state of mind that we will be in when we get there. And, the vibrations will be touching the sky there. And we've all, some of us have been on the pilgrimage. How many of us have been on the group pilgrimages here? Quite a few of you. So all of you would have experienced this, actually. This is just an amazing feeling, and I'm so happy that we are going again as one UK Sai family, and we will meet our other Sai family members there from different countries as well. And we had the first meeting on the 15th of January. The purpose of this meeting is just to expand a little bit and make sure that we're all doing the sadhana activities, and we are following all the 9 code of conducts, and what else we can do for Swami's centenary pilgrimage, and what sadhana that we can perform or we can plan if you're not already doing it. So we can all make up our mind today and start from today if we haven't started already, and until Swami's pilgrimage, until we are there, you should continue with all the sadhana, and you could continue even after that. So that is mostly what we are going to do this today. We'll just move forward together on this journey, and we can hear the experiences of others who have been on the pilgrimage. We'll have time to have a chat and get to know each other better as we're all going together. And also, this will give a chance for us to get connected with Swami by doing all the sadhana. That is what the other reason. It's not connecting with amongst ourselves, it is connecting with Swami too. That is the purpose of this meeting. We will be having a series of meetings. Again, the 5th of April will be the next National Sadhana meeting, and this will be again an in-person meeting in Oxywood School near Watford. So next slide, please. Dharmesh. Okay, this is the agenda that you all must have had the agenda sent to you, and Swami's discourse is sort of missing there, but we did have it now. And now I think although we all have some experience, it will be very inspiring to hear from someone who has been there, who has enjoyed it, and this will revive the thoughts in us. So I've requested Brother Kapil to give a talk on his experiences, and I'm sure we'll all feel connected with that, because we all have similar experiences, and we'll feel one with Brother Kapil when he's narrating his experiences. Please welcome Brother Kapil. He's not my brother, he's much younger, but
offering my most humble pranams at the divine lotus feet of our beloved Swami, respected elders, dearest brothers and sisters, and children, Jai Sairam. It's good to see so many of you. This is, in some way, it's the first of its kind, this pilgrimage that I hope, if not all of us, many of us will be embarking on. It's the first of its kind in the sense that it's a zonal pilgrimage. Arulanti referred to earlier, we have an opportunity to meet our fellow brothers and sisters. And it's a zonal pilgrimage in that respect because we will be meeting and working with and basking in the glory of Prasanthi Nilayam with our fellow brothers and sisters from Zone 6, that is Europe. And that too under the auspices of the Global Council. So it's the first of its kind in a few ways. And that's something that should definitely be celebrated. Nothing quite compares with going to Prasanthi Nilayam full stop. I think that's the best place to start with. The question of why go Parthi, and what is it that we hope to achieve, expect, and realize from our journey, our pilgrimage to Prasanthi Nilayam. First and foremost, our auntie also touched upon this. Prasanthi Nilayam is the sacred hallowed grounds where our Lord, Bhagavan Shri Satya Sai Baba, walked upon. He was born there. He spent his entire life there. His earthly sojourn was spent in Parthi. If we think about it, he walked every length and breadth of that. How I would say it's a Pavitra Bhumi, it's a sacred land. So in that respect, being Sai devotees, being custodians of Swami, of this avatar, we owe it that much to ourselves to visit that place, that sacred land. Now, if that doesn't answer the question, then I'm sure the next question or the answers will hopefully shed some light onto why one should be part of a pilgrimage. Because the question would then there come about as to what is it that's all well and good, that's our sacred holy land, that's where Swami was, but why be part of a pilgrimage? What is it that I stand to achieve from being part of a pilgrimage? And that is a question that none of us can deny because that always does come in the forefront of our minds. What is it that I can achieve? What do I stand to benefit from it? Of course, there are many reasons and many answers to that. Some tangible, some not so tangible. Tangible in the sense that there are opportunities. When you're part of a pilgrimage, there are many avenues for which, as a devotee, you can get involved in. There are many opportunities in which one can participate in. So if it is a case that you're, let's say, for instance, an avid Vedam chanter, Vedam is something, it's an affinity of yours. It's something that you're very close to. And there are opportunities to be part of that. If bhajan singing is your cup of tea, well, there are opportunities to be involved in that too. Obviously, it must be said from the outset that the expectations of being part of both are quite high. After all, this is Prasanthi Nilayam and nothing comes quite easy. So there is that sense of personal sadhana that comes into it, practice, and then the rest we leave to Swami. If it is meant to be, it's meant to be. But those are the two opportunities that I found myself involved in. In fact, not just the previous pilgrimage, in many pilgrimages that I've been involved in. With Swami's grace, I've always had that opportunity to be involved in the music side and much later on in the Vedam side. If seva is your cup of tea, if service is something that resonates highly with you, then there are opportunities to be involved in the service aspect. Indeed, from what I understand, I'm not part of the planning meeting, from the few calls that I've been part of, and Arulanti and Satish Anna can attest to this, that they are considering opportunities to be involved in the medical camp, Narayana Seva, Grama Seva. So there are those aspects of the pilgrimage as well. And one last thing I forgot, probably something that's very important, opportunities for children. Because last time round, 2 years back, there was a play that was put up in Cyclevent Hall, of which many children participated. And the same is expected this time. We have been informed to come prepared with many programs. Again, if it's meant to be, we leave it to Swami, but we must put in the effort from our side. So that explains the tangible side of what is it that I can hope to achieve from this. Then there's the intangible. What do I mean by that? See, when we are in Prashanti Nilayam, and I can only speak from my personal experience, there are many changes that we undergo on various levels, a physical, a mental, a psychic, and most definitely a spiritual level. Prashanti Nilayam, in a way, throws us into that pot, if I could use a better term, where we are constantly churned. The best, if not even the worst of us, are brought up. Some may say, hang on a minute, do I need that? Do I need to experience all that? Yes, I love the positivity side to it, but what about the negativity? I can do without that. But it goes to show that without positivity, there will never be negativity. And if we are true aspirants in the spiritual sense, if we are true sadhakas, then spiritual growth is something that we should always be looking forward to. In fact, I've always said that trips, pilgrimages to Bharti are just part and parcel of our spiritual growth. A play may be there to be put on. A musical offering may be there to showcase. A service activity may be there to lead. But these are just mere facades which Swami has created just to entice us to Prashanti Nilayam. Because after all, who is it that's actually calling us there? Is it ourselves? I want you to think about that question, because I will hopefully, in the short time that's given to me, I will come back to that point and I'll demonstrate it with two personal experiences. Experiences which I have shared with individuals here, a few of you, in the past. But the question of what do I gain of being part of a pilgrimage? Isn't it something that I can achieve individually? Yes, you can. But the growth that is expected or experienced as part of being a pilgrimage member, I would say far outweighs what can be achieved on an individual level. Again, I'm speaking from personal experience, and I can only share what I've experienced. If we think of it this way, any individual can do sadhana at their respective homes, in their respective shrines. But we all attend a Sai center, right? We are all part of a bhajan mandali, a Sai samiti, a Sai center. And we can all attest to the experiences that we have achieved, experienced, and the benefits that we've experienced as a result of that. The experiences, the positive experiences, are somewhat amplified when you are part of a collective. When we come together on a regular basis, and let's say, for instance, Hatfield Sai Center, where we are, or the members of Hatfield Sai Center, they come together regularly and they engage in bhajans, service, Vedam, whatever it is. The joy that you experience as part of a group is much more than what you can achieve or experience on an individual basis. It's just a thought. You may agree with me, you may disagree with me, but these are my thoughts. The ananda that you experience of being part of a collective when it comes to offering bhajans is far more than what you can achieve by being by yourself at home in your respective shrines. Why? Because the medium of being part, and this begs the question, why did Swami create the nexus of a Sai center? It's a community after all. But again, coming back to the same point, the benefits that we achieve of coming together as a collective far outweigh what we can achieve on an individual level. So bearing that in mind, why attend a pilgrimage? Yes, you can achieve everything. You can undergo spiritual transformation by journeying to Prashanti Nilayam by yourself or any other holy place. But when you go as part of a group, the benefits far outweigh what you can achieve solely. I'm sort of reminded of my background academically. For the few of you that know me, I studied the sciences and then I went on to study finance. I'm a chemist initially. And I'm sort of reminded of this analogy, and I think Swami's have even shared this as well. In a conical flask, for those who are familiar with chemistry, maybe some of the youngsters who are studying it, if you think of a conical flask where there are various pebbles that are immersed in a solution and you're constantly swirling that flask, the pebbles will collide. And as a result of those collisions, any rough edges are slowly but surely worn out until they become smooth, nice and smooth. Essentially, we undergo the same process when we are a part of a science center, part of an organization. All those rough edges are slowly but surely eroded away. What do I mean by them? What is my understanding of those rough edges? The negative traits that are within us, because we are exposed to those negative traits as a result of interaction with one another. This is a wonderful laboratory that is the Sri Satya Sai organization. And you will experience the same thing when you're part of a pilgrimage, the positive and the negative, because that's how insightful it is. Being a part of such a trip, it opens your mind to many aspects of yourself that perhaps you as an individual are not aware of, and that are most necessary as part of your pilgrimage, your spiritual progress. So, does it benefit us being part of a pilgrimage? Yes, 100%. In a tangible sense, and also in a non-tangible sense, intangible sense. Because we are open to worlds that perhaps we were unaware of. We're open to aspects of our character, our faculties, that perhaps to some degree we would suppress. Swami calls us there for a reason. And that reason may be revealed to us immediately, or that reason may be disclosed to us at some other juncture in life, later on down the road. Who knows when the penny will drop for us? But surely he will reveal that to us. And it's in that faith that we have to, and I say this word very carefully because I think it's a word that's quite often misunderstood, surrender to his will and his judgment. See, these opportunities come far and few between. We don't know when another opportunity may come about. Some of you are probably saying, hang on a minute, they had a pilgrimage 2 years ago. Most likely they'll do another pilgrimage in 2 or 5 years from that. Big deal. Yes, big deal indeed. But will you be available for it? And this brings me to my personal experiences and 2 anecdotes from my life that I'd like to share. See, in one hand, or in one sense, the desire has to be there to being part of this. You know, there's an opportunity that's being presented to us. But the other side of the coin is the grace of God. Swami's will, Swami's grace has to be there. But then it's often said that grace is abundant. Swami's grace is always there. Are we putting in our effort? So I want you to all think about that as well. The opportunity is there. It's there on a silver platter for you. Do you really want it? 2 examples from my life. One in the late 80s. I was barely 6, if not 7. And I remember we were in India. We'd planned to visit Prashanti Nilayam. And everything was booked. My mother had booked everything. In fact, flights, internal flights, which were rare in those days in the late 80s. And it was on the eve of the trip. Now imagine, everything is booked down to the T, only for us to discover early in the mornings, the day of our departure from our village in North India, that my maternal grandfather had passed away. And you can imagine, there and then, everything came to a standstill. Fast forward to the early 2000s, 2004 to be precise. It was a period, let's say in the UK Sai history, where lots of pilgrimages would be taken to Prashanti Nilayam. And in fact, that year there were 4 that were taken. I was lucky to be part of one of them with Ajit Popat, Ajit Uncle. Some of you, if not many of you, may be familiar with that name. Needless to say, what transpired thereafter opened up many roads for me, many avenues for me. It was the first time we had opportunities to perform 7 days in a row, musical programs, and many more opportunities came thereafter. But it all started from that trip. But prior to that trip, leading up to that trip, I was in a state of umming and murmuring, do I go on this? There was a pilgrimage meeting, very much similar to what we're attending today, but on a much larger scale, because the group was 250 plus. And I was sort of asking myself, do I have the time to attend this meeting? And it was the very first meeting, mind you. And in the back of my mind, and this is the state of my nature back in those days, I was more concerned with watching a cricket match than thinking to myself, if I go on this pilgrimage, what is it that Swami expects of me? There should be that group discipline. I should attend this. That went completely out of the window. So I was umming and murmuring, do I attend this meeting? Needless to say, I did attend the meeting, and everything else is history, his story. Everything was, he has written the rest of my life from there on, and he will continue to write the rest of my life. 2 different episodes, 2 completely different outcomes. One, and again, this is how I interpret. One, it wasn't his will. We were not meant to attend. This is in the late 80s. We were not meant to come that time for whatever reason. Okay, on a physical level, we had a major loss in the family. But it wasn't meant to be, simple as, despite our best efforts. On the other hand, he surely wanted me there. Now, whether Swami is physically there or not, he was there, he's physically not here, is completely irrelevant. Because Swami is there. Swami was, Swami is, and he forever shall be there. And that's something we always must be aware of. This is a very rare opportunity. Some of you may not understand what I'm saying. Some of you may not appreciate it. It's absolutely fine. It's between you and Swami. But from the perspective that I see it, it's a rare opportunity. Opportunities don't come that quickly in life. And I implore you all, particularly those who are parents, who have children, who have youth, to take this opportunity, to encourage your children to be part and parcel of this, because who knows when this opportunity will come again. It's with those words, I'll bring this talk to a close, and I thank you very much for being very patient and listening to me. Jai Sara.
Sairam, thank you, Kapil, for this very inspiring talk. I'm sure there'll be an influx of registrants from now on. There'll be another 100 registering by tomorrow after listening to Kapil's talk. I mean, every word of what Kapil said is absolutely resonates with my feelings too. It's amazing experience. Please don't miss it, and don't what you can do today, don't leave it for tomorrow. So as we don't know, I mean, we all know that Swami has to call us, is his will, but we just have to pray for his will for us to get there. Okay, Sairam. And now about coming to sadhana plans. I mean, the questions we ask about sadhana, why do we have to do sadhana? And why we have to do Gayatri chanting as part of our sadhana, and what does it mean by collective sadhana? I think a part of it, little bit of it, Kapil had touched upon, doing everything as a group, and how Swami loves it, and and how powerful it can be. This is even said in the Bible. When a group of people pray together, how powerful it can get. So, next slide, please. This is a sadhana quote from Swami. If anybody wants to read, if it is clear to you, or I will read. Anyone wants to read the quote? No, I think I'll read because it's a bit further, I think. Okay, one feels like listening to the song of a cuckoo for any length of time. Similarly, the type of treatment that we receive from others is in accordance with our speech and behavior. We are born to do only good deeds. Human beings should always help their fellow human beings. Help ever, hurt never. We have heard of this always in Swami's fold. We should not hurt anybody. Sometimes we hurt others knowingly. This is a greater mistake. God has given mind, intellect, and mind stuff, which is chitta, to humans to use them in a proper way. It is for this reason that the Vedanta declares mind is the cause of bondage and liberation. Manava Seva, Manava, I won't read that one. I think I'll leave it to Kapil that. I think the mind that has been gifted by God to humans should be put on the right path. It's not the real nature of human being to criticize others, to make fun of them, or to hurt them. One should be devoid of all such evils. Sri Satya Sai Speaks, Volume 41, 7th of March 2008. Quote from Swami. Next. And coming to the questions, why do sadhana? The sadhana activities have been chosen to help us manage our minds in the next 26 weeks and strengthen our connection with Swami. This is what Swami says in his Divine Discourse on the 9th of October 2005. Purity of the heart is true sadhana. The all-pervading consciousness is termed as divinity. It's also said that divinity is present in all living beings, but there is none who has seen that omnipresent divinity. It's only a human being who can contemplate on and realize the cosmic person. In fact, human life itself is the manifestation of divine power. But some people do not agree with this statement. Divinity is manifest in every living being. The same Atma Tattva is present not only in the human beings, but in every living being in the universe. But one has to have a pure and selfless heart to realize this truth. In order to realize this truth, every human being has to constantly contemplate on God. By doing so, your heart will become pure and peaceful. The moment you attain that stage, God will surely, perceptibly manifest in you. This must be your sadhana. It's not the practice of dhyana alone that can make God manifest to sadhaka. That's us. God is present as an indweller uniformly in human beings as well as insects, birds, and beasts. Suppose you put a question, where is God now? The spontaneous answer would be that God is present in you also. Several people undertake sadhanas like dhyana to find answers to such questions. Next slide, please. And to help us with this perception, the sadhana team have come up with several spiritual sadhana suggestions, actually, and they are split up as adults and for children between 6 and 10 and children between 11 and 16. There are some sheets of the tracker, sadhana tracker left there, which you can collect if you want to tick every day what sadhana that you have done. That will be useful. And I've also sent to all of you by email, so you can print out at home and do that as well. Okay. Now, previous slide, please. Yeah. One of the main thing that in the sadhana that has been suggested, and it is which Bhagavan says is very powerful, is Gayatri mantra chanting. Why should we chant Gayatri? In an Upanayana ceremony held in Prashanti Nilayam on the 17th of March 1983, Bhagavan proclaimed, "You may or may not chant any other mantra, but do remember that by chanting the Gayatri mantra, the benefits are there for you to see. By continuously chanting the Gayatri mantra, you yourself will reach the state of fulfillment and a sense of feeling that you have achieved something." In other discourse, in Prashanti Nilayam on the 10th of February 2000, Swami says, chanting of the Gayatri mantra purifies the mind and confers devotion, detachment, and wisdom. So Gayatri mantra is one of the main mandatory sadhana that we will be doing. Next slide, please, Dharmesh. Okay, and the collective sadhana, I think I wouldn't read all this. This is again what Brother Kapil had mentioned about doing everything together. And of the sadhana, there are three things that have been asked to mention, which is very important, is following the 9-point code of conduct, like having bhajans, in a group, and meeting each other and encouraging each other to take up office bearers' position for their own transformation. So this is what one of the sadhana meeting should be. One of the things that sadhana meeting should be achieving. So just following the 9-point code of conduct and just encourage people to take up the position, because that is the only way we transform. And his divine discourse, Swami again says, join good company, give up the bad company, and perform meritorious deeds day and night. He also says, peace cannot be achieved by just individual effort. And so come together, pray together, and the whole world benefits, Swami says. Singing together in harmony is Sankirtan. The vast difference between Kirtanam and Sankirtanam. Kirtanam is merely an individual activity, and it is an individual's effort for its own gain, whereas Sankirtanam can confer welfare on the entire universe. Another name for it is the Smuhika Bhajan, collective singing. So this again, this is a concept that originally came from our master Guru Nanak, where Sankirtana would make you to see the unity in diversity. So that is one of the reasons why it is written in the 9-point code of conduct that we meet together to sing together and to benefit from that. Next page, next slide, please. And community bhajans, I think all of us know that now, because Brother Satish has been insisting how we do home bhajans, community bhajans. And Swami says how important it is to do the community bhajans. For the same reason, we all meet together, we all join together and make it a Sankirtan from Kirtan, because that is what has the most beneficial effects. And Swami says it is, the singing should be vibrant and soulful and not mechanical drawling or uninspiring. It should combine bhava, that is the feeling, raga, that is melody, and tala, which is rhythm. What delight can be experienced when all sing in chorus with the same feeling, the same tune, and the same timing. When there is such unity, divine can be experienced. And this actually comes by regular practice. I think all of us can achieve that, singing together and singing the chorus. This only comes by regular practice, and that is something that I think all centers should undertake prior to your bhajans, to have the practice bhajans. Yes, sadhana track sheets I've already mentioned. We have got adult sheets. We have got children aged 11 to 16 and 6 to 10, and there are some sheets there for you to take home. And also, we do have another sadhana, which is daily act of kindness. I'll just go through that very quickly. Next page, next slide, please. Yeah, these are the sadhana trackers, but you've got this. I've sent them separately to you all, and it is also there on the table for you to collect. Next slide, please. I've got them separated out. Yeah, this is the sadhana tracker. The 2 mandatory sadhana that we need to do before we go on this pilgrimage in the next 26 weeks is Gayatri Mantra, chanting 108 times a day, and recitation of 108 names of Swami on Thursdays and Sundays. Okay, so this is what are the mandatory ones, and all the rest like Vedam chanting and conserving energy, like switching off lights, all that is on the list that I've sent. So all that, if you take on one or more of that, it is commendable, but the 2 mandatory ones we are or everyone who's attending the pilgrimage, and even others are requested to take part in. Next page, please. This is the adult sadhana, which I've already put it in the previous slide in a clearer format. Next slide, please. This is for children between 6 and 10 years. And again, there are a list of things that they can do, including early morning prayer. This is simpler for the children to follow. Next slide, please. Ramesh. And this is older children between 11 and 16 years. And again, there are, the one that is marked with the asterisks are the mandatory sadhana. Like for children between 11 and 16, it's early morning prayer and Gayatri Mantra chanting, only 3 times daily. I mean, it is, children have got enough to do. And then there is also Likita Japam, Likita Nama Japam, writing Swami's name, that has also been included. So anyone wishes to, please, any children who are going on the pilgrimage or who are at home, you can ask them to do this sadhana in the next 26 weeks. Next slide, please, Dharmesh. And this is acts of kindness. This is something that it's not for pilgrimage. I think we need to practice all the time. Actually, we've got loads of opportunity to practice in a day-to-day life, and that is exactly what we need to do. Mainly, say, like writing a letter to a sibling, telling them why you love them, or even I love you. Even that is good. And of course, letting other people take the turn first, and emptying the dishwasher, doing household chores, feeding the bird and making a bird feeder, and also picking up a piece of litter and putting it in the bin, and being kind to others. Especially we see a lot of people who need our help in one way or the other. Just to practice, just to put that in practice, just think of helping them if we could at that moment and time, because these are opportunities that's given only once, and if you miss it, you're not going to get another opportunity to serve them. So any chance that's given to you is given by Swami for us to prove our act of kindness. And even being pleasant when you go to work, saying good morning to everyone, smiling, just, smiling will make their day. It is so important how easily these things are done, So that is all part of kindness, that act of kindness that we can do. And also give away things to charity. That is also, sealing on desires. And Swami's, again, quote that I think we probably, I can quickly read this, but you can also read that. Actually, I did go through that, in fact. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, there is this Prashanti Connect app. If you all download this app from App Store or Google Play, you've got loads and loads of information coming directly from Prashanti Nilayam. I think quite a few of you will already have it, but if you don't, just download it, and that will give us a lot of information as to how we can practice sadhana and what has been advised in Prashanti for us to do for our goodness. Okay, next slide, please. The offerings that we have in Prashanti Nilayam, I'll start off with the spiritual offerings that's planned for the pilgrimage. Next slide, please, Dharmesh. Okay, very important. If Vedam and musical offering, bhajan singings, all these are spiritual offerings that we will be offering to our beloved Bhagavan in Prashanti. So anyone who wishes to take part in Vedam practice or bhajan, in Vedam chanting, bhajan singing, or wishing to get involved in the musical program, please, make sure that you register by 28th of February. Next. And of course, there are opportunities for this, the registration is till end of April for everyone, but for those who are hoping to offer bhajan or Vedam or participate in any of these programs, please, you need to register by 28th of February. because we need to start the practice. We are doing it for Swami and in Prashanti. So please register by 28th, okay, as soon as possible. Okay, next. And the Vedam chanting Rudram is mainly will be chanted in Sai Kulwant Hall. And the initial screening and chanting will be done here. Initial screening of chanting will be done here in UK, and the final check is always in Parthi. We will be tested on our Vedam skills, and any corrections will be made there. Or if, so we need to be up to mark before we get to Prashanti. Bhajans, just one more back. Yeah. Again, the bhajans, an opportunity to sing bhajans, but you always sing in pairs while you're in Prashanti. And we request all the singers and the instrument players to register. And initially, the bhajans will be screened here. And then, again, it will be screened in Prashanti when you arrive there. Okay? Musical offering. It's a devotional song offering at Sai Kulwant Hall. And this will be shortlisted in first week of March. That's, again, I can't insist enough that you need to register by 28th of February. Okay. And next slide. And Bal Vikas offerings. And this is mainly Bal Vikas rehearsal schedule for the play that they will be offering in Prashanti. And the clothing and dress code for Bal Vikas children and the daily darshan schedule. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Okay. And the main thing is Bal Vikas offering, which will be a choir. Details of the rehearsals will be shared with you. And there is a regional lead for Bal Vikas offerings. And that is usually our, your regional Bal Vikas coordinator. But it could be someone else that they have assigned. So just make sure that you know who the regional lead is. And then for us, it is Sister Srujana, but she will be also having two associates, Sister Puvi and Sister Rupa, and of course Sister Maya as well. So so you can approach any one of them. Sister Srujana is the Bal Vikas lead for Region 3 for the pilgrimage. And all the children should be attending face-to-face for the play rehearsal and for any other offering choir rehearsal. It is a complete prerequisite that they should be attending in person, whatever comes, because we need to give our best to Swami when we arrive there. Next slide, please. And the dress code, health and safety. Of course, it's going to be hot when we get there in India. So hat, sunscreen, children should have water bottles and definitely sunscreen as well, actually. And children are expected to wear whites while they are in Sai Kulwant Hall and for the darshans. And during rehearsal, girls can wear churidar with the shawl, and boys will need to wear whites. But it's a Prashanti dress code, no shorts or denims or T-shirts. Next slide, please. The daily darshan sessions are, I think it's usually about less than 2 hours, actually. And very small children, there may be an option to come a little later for darshan if they can't sit for long. But normally most children sit through this, and they should start attending the center bhajans, and they will get the training to sit quietly and contemplate on Swami from that time. Even if it is a short time, they will slowly train to this level. And Western toilet facilities are available, and bags only permitted to carry a small purse. Those who have been to Prashanti will know we are not allowed to carry any big bags, and you can take a small bag which you are allowed. But other bags that you have and other stuff that you have to leave it outside. They will give you a little token, and then you can collect it at the counter outside. Yes, next. this is again I think it's please, if you have any queries on Balvika schedule, please send an email to nationalpilgrimage@srisatyasai.org.uk. Next. Service offerings. Okay, from the service side, we are looking at various opportunities to do seva there while we are there. And mainly we need to put sealing into action, sealing on desires, and donate the money that we would have spent otherwise to the service offerings, which might help. But this is totally purely voluntary, as you know. But whatever that you save from sealing on desires are the ones that really carries the biggest value. And Sai Bundles of Joy handmade items for the newborn babies are being made right now, and we are going to take several bundles of this to distribute at the hospital for the small children. And anyone who can help with administration, manning inquiries office, please also contact through the email. And those who can help with the Bal Vikas play also can contact, send your contact details, so you can be of help. And again, we need massive help with video, photography, writing skills, and just need to strengthen the media team. And anyone who's willing, please contact the media lead, Brother Amit Patel, or send a message through the email that was shown. Next. And next starting is arrangements for the pilgrimage. Of course, the passport, you need visa, vaccinations, baggage allowance, everything is here. Mainly, the passports, you have to make sure it is up to date and it should be valid for 6 months from the time we leave India. Okay, not we enter, we leave India. So it should make sure that your passport is valid. E-visa, you can get it directly. Don't go through an agent by visiting the website there. And it's usually $25, which is about 21, 22 pounds. And vaccination that is recommended are diphtheria, hepatitis A, tetanus, and typhoid. And baggage allowance, always, although if you're going by British Airways, you can take 46 kilos or 23 kilos most, but keep a few kilograms in your bag free so that you can take, the Sai Bundles of Joy and other service activity stuff, which we may need to give it to you. We can distribute amongst ourselves so that, so keep a few kilograms free in your bags. Next. And the closest airport to Prashanti is Bengaluru. And always request a vegetarian meal. Hindu meal is not vegetarian. Okay, you must remember that. We all think Hindu meal could be vegetarian, but Hindu meal is not vegetarian. You must request vegetarian meal. And as part of sadhana, even if you eat non-veg, it has been requested that until our pilgrimage, if you can refrain from eating non-veg items and just stick to being a vegetarian. That was another request for you all. And always carry 2 passport-size photographs. It can, mainly we need that for accommodation office. And if you keep some in case you need to stay in a hotel, sometimes you may need that as well in Bengaluru or any other place if you're going via different states. And also keep photocopies of all the documentations like your visa and passports, very importantly, while you're traveling. And taxi details will be provided to you, and this can be arranged for you from Bengaluru to Puttaparthi and return. Next slide. All devotees will need to register on arrival at the accommodation office. We need to go to the accommodation office, which is more or less on the same street as where we will be staying. And it's on the right. And just go in there and register your name. But the rooms will be booked for you, hopefully. But then still you need to go to the accommodation office to confirm. Recently, North Block, which has been renovated with air-conditioned facilities, is 700 rupees per day, and 950 for some North Block rooms, which has got a few more facilities. An additional 50 rupees is will be charged for room with hot water facility. So if you say 1,000 a day, which is 10 pounds a day, you get with hot water and air condition. Okay, and yeah, that's fine. And again, when you're traveling on your own, we'll be asking the devotees to share the room, because it's always shared room. But if three of you want to stay in one room, that could be arranged. But if you're traveling alone, you will be put with another devotee, because you can't have your own room. And the AC room, however, we cannot guarantee, because not all rooms are air conditioned, and it depends on availability and Swami's will. If he wants to mold us better, then we won't get the AC room in that hot sun. Okay, but all rooms have fan. Okay, and all the devotees coming to the pilgrimage are encouraged to stay together, and we are usually given 1 or 2 blocks for all the UK devotees in the north block, one of the north blocks, or usually 2 because of the numbers we go. We may even be 3 north blocks this time, and again, even when you're inside, stay in groups and don't just wander off. It'll be difficult to locate you then. Next slide, please. Dress code. I mean, we all know Prashanti dress code. All of us in the zone will be wearing, zonal group will be wearing a scarf, which will be provided for us. And all Balvika's children will be wearing white and white, churidar and shawl for girls, and shirt and trousers or kurta for boys. White and white for all men, colored sari or churidar for women. Some more information with all this is with the timings and etiquette banking are available on our website if you visit. Next slide, please. All ladies, the ladies' attention, please. These are the saris that's been selected. It's taken 2 months every day meeting to select these saris. These are 7 saris, and they are soft silk material, not pure silk, but silk material. They were less likely to get crushed, and colors are chosen to, some are bright, some are pastel colors, so it'll choose everybody, it'll suit everybody's choice. And so altogether 7 saris are comes to 60 pounds. That's £8.50 a sari. £8.47 a sari, I think it is exactly. So it is not very expensive, and you can use this as prasad after that again and again, because these are good quality saris coming from 3 different weavers in India, and the price has been negotiated down as much as possible. That's why we could get it for 60 pounds, 7 lovely saris. Actually, we will, I think I'm sure all of you will enjoy the saris and appreciate it, for all the hard work that's gone in for that. Next slide, please. Some miscellaneous points. Our ISSS UK, our organization, is not responsible for travel arrangements. We will not be booking your flights, but we can provide contact details for the taxi service from Prashanti, to Prashanti from Bengaluru or any other place. There'll be the additional cost for saris is the 60 pounds that I mentioned, and scarves, we don't know the price yet. That'll be far less. Any food allergies or dietary requirements, please contact the canteen staff directly, because we won't be able to take charge of all the 340 or nearly, it'll be 500 people by the time we get to, I'm hoping. So it'll be very difficult to, cater for every individual, as a group here. So if you speak to the canteen and you liaise with them, and they will arrange that for you. And any medical condition, you need to speak to the doctor, and make sure that you do have the travel insurance and medical insurance while you travel. And any medication that needs to be refrigerated, we can find out this, and where you can keep it in a cold environment. Next slide, please. So these are some of the information that you can see on our website: ashram etiquette, canteen times, bhajan times, bookstore timings, and shopping center timings. Next slide, please. Dates for your diary. The pilgrimage starts on the 28th of July and at 7 a.m. Please arrive in Prashanti on Saturday the 26th or Sunday the 27th. That's quite early. Please don't, because we have to be there at 7 a.m. and we should have the accommodation, everything cleared by 27th. Future Sadhana meeting, the next one is Saturday 5th of April, which will be a national meeting at Oxywood Primary School, near Watford. And around 10th of May or 17th of May will be another regional meeting. We'll just brush on the points that we've been through, or if we do have any other points, we'll mention that time. And the final national meeting will be on Saturday the 14th. Again, all these are in person. And the final prayer gathering will be early July. So these are the dates. And next slide, please, Dharmesh. Next steps, again, for Bal Vikas children and for those who are taking part in Vedam and any spiritual activities, please register by 28th of February. Other devotees, the deadline is end of April. And for register individually, not as a group. If you're going as a group, don't register together. Every single name should be there, even the children. Okay, every child's name should be there as a single registration. Okay, so make sure individually you're registering, and that's where you will send all your questions to National Pilgrimage, and you will get a reply from the admin team. And our website is given below, srisatyasai.org.uk, for more further information on pilgrimage. Next slide, please. Okay, any questions or anything that you're unclear? It's been quite a didactic talk. I'm so glad. Thank you for sitting through this, listening to my monotonous voice, actually. Sorry. Any questions? Anything that's unclear? You can ask me now, or you can send the question to the on the email as well, so we can reply. Okay. Yes, sure. Sarah.
All the information is clear, but I have something. I have my relatives in India. When we are visiting, are they allowed to join with us, or it is specific to UK only?
That is a question. It is a possibility. If they are close relatives and you want to share the room with them, you can actually, we have done this in the past, but I will actually clarify that if you give me your details. You will have to still register them as from your center, okay, if it's a very close relative who's going to share the room with you. And the other thing that you need to do is you have to make sure that you also get the saris. Because if they are joining our group, they have to wear, if it's ladies, and men, of course, all white and white. Okay, they have to follow the etiquette of the UK, and they will be given scarves as well, as long as they are registered. But yeah, that should be fine, but I'll clarify that in case there's anything different to what I say. Yeah.
And they might not be there for all 7 days. Like we are planning 7 days, isn't it?
Mm.
So they might be like couple of days. Is that also okay? Not to be
That I'm not entirely sure. I just need to find out and let you know. Yeah.
join towards the end or something like that.
Okay. Yeah.
Question if we could get an answer.
Okay. I can. Yeah, that's fine. I'll get you. You leave me your number and name. I can WhatsApp you once I get clarification on that. It's only, I mean, if it's 2 days, then I think it becomes difficult which saris they'll wear and where, you know, where they'll meet us and which room, what room arrangements. Everything becomes a bit complicated. So I will get back to you on that. Yeah.
Otherwise they can be there for 7 days also, but I just wanted to know what days they can be.
If it's possible, I will let you know. Okay? All right. Thank you. Any other questions? Next slide. Any other questions and any suggestions for future meetings if you are not clear? Okay. Right. So now we'll have bhajans. I think it is Swami's wish that he just wants to hear our voice with the bhava and raga and tala. I think we don't have a tabla player. We had until this morning. And Brother Satish is there to give us the right shruti so that we'll start off correct. We'll only have 4 bhajans and Swami's bhajans. Swami's bhajan after that. Next slide, please. I'll just finish it. And then have your prasad before you go and speak to each other, get your experience and decide what you're going to do there amongst yourself, okay? And how we can increase our love for Swami and love for each other. Next slide, please, Dharmesh. I think we've finished, I think. Yeah, that's it. There's just one more, I think, thank you slide or something. Yeah, that we are not doing. That's it? No, nothing at the end of this? No. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. Thank you very much for listening to continuous talk. You know, and none of you are sleeping, I think. Everyone concentrated. Thank you so much. I hope it's very clear what we will be doing and what's the purpose of this meeting. Thank you. Sai Ram. Sai Ram.
Jai 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 Gananayaka, Jai Jai Vigna Vinashaka. Jai 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 Gananayaka, Jai Jai Vigna Vinashaka. Jaya Shubha Mangaladayaka, Vidya Buddhi Pradayaka. Jaya Shubha Mangaladayaka, Vidya Buddhi Pradayaka.
Jaya Shubha Mangaladayaka, Vidya Buddhi Pradayaka.
Gajavadara Gauri Dandara, Gajavadara Gauri Dandana, Gajavadana Gauri Dandana, Gajavadana ಗಂಗಾಧರ ಶಿವ ಶಂಭೋ ನಂದನ ಗಂಗಾಧರ ಶಿವ ಶಂಭೋ ನಂದನ ಜಯ 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 ಗಣನಾಯಕ ಜಯ ಜಯ ವಿಘ್ನ ವಿನಾಶಕ ಜಯ ಶುಭ ಮಂಗಲದಾಯಕ ವಿದ್ಯಾ ಬುದ್ಧಿ ಪ್ರದಾಯಕ ಗಜವದನ ಗೌರಿರರ ಗಜವದನ ಗೌರಿರಂದನ ಗಂಗಾಧರ ಶಿವ ಶಂಭೋ ನಂದನ ಗಂಗಾಧರ ಶಿವ ಶಂಭೋ ನಂದನ ಜಯ 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 ಗಣನಾಯಕ ಜಯ ಜಯ ವಿಘ್ನ ವಿನಾಶಕ
ಶಂಕರ ಸದಾಶಿವ ಚಂದ್ರಶೇಖರ
ಶಂಕರ ಸದಾಶಿವ ಚಂದ್ರಶೇಖರ
ಶಂಕರ ಸದಾಶಿವ ಚಂದ್ರಶೇಖರ ಚಂದ್ರಶೇಖರ ಸಾಯಿ ಶಂಕರ
ಚಂದ್ರಶೇಖರ ಸಾಯಿ ಶಂಕರ
ಚಂದ್ರಶೇಖರ ಸಾಯಿ ಶಂಕರ
ಚಂದ್ರಶೇಖರ ಸಾಯಿ ಶಂಕರ
ನೀಲಕಂಠ ಸೂರ್ಯಧಾರಿ ಸಾಯಿ ಶಂಕರ
ನೀಲಕಂಠ ಶೂಲದ ಸಾಯಿ ಶಂಕರ
ನೀಲಕಂಠ ಸೂಳಧಾರಿ ಸಾಯಿ ಶಂಕರ
ನೀಲಕಂಠ ಶೂಲಧಾರಿ ಸಾಯಿ ಶಂಕರ
ಬಾಲನೇತ್ರ ತ್ರಿಪುರಹಾರಿ ಸಾಯಿ ಶಂಕರ
ಪಾಲನೇನೆ ತ್ರಿಪುರಹಾರಿ ಸಾಯಿ ಶಂಕರ
ಬಾಲನೇತ್ರ ತ್ರಿಪುರಹಾರಿ ಸಾಯಿ ಶಂಕರ
ಹಾರಿ ಸಾಯಿ ಶಂಕರ
ಚಂದ್ರಶೇಖರ ಸಾಯಿ ಶಂಕರ
ಚಂದ್ರಶೇಖರ ಸಾಯಿ ಶಂಕರ
ಚಂದ್ರಶೇಖರ ಸತ್ಯ ಸಾಯಿ ಶಂಕರ
ಚಂದ್ರಶೇಖರ ಸತ್ಯ ಸಾಯಿ ಶಂಕರ
ಶಂಕರ ಸದಾಶಿವ ಚಂದ್ರಶೇಖರ
ಶಂಕರ ಸದಾಶಿವ ಚಂದ್ರಶೇಖರ
ಚಂದ್ರಶೇಖರ ಸಾಯಿ ಶಂಕರ
ಚಂದ್ರಶೇಖರ ಸಾಯಿ ಶಂಕರ
ನೀಲಕಂಠ ಸೂರ್ಯಧಾರಿ ಸಾಯಿ ಶಂಕರ
ನೀಲಕಂಠ ಶೂಲಧಾರಿ ಸಾಯಿ ಶಂಕರ
ಬಾಲನೇತ್ರ ತ್ರಿಪುರಹಾರಿ ಸಾಯಿ ಶಂಕರ
ಕಾಲಮೇಘ ತ್ರಿಪುರಹಾರಿ ಸಾಯಿ ಶಂಕರ
ಚಂದ್ರಶೇಖರ ಸಾಯಿ ಶಂಕರ
ಚಂದ್ರಶೇಖರ ಸಾಯಿ ಶಂಕರ
ಚಂದ್ರಶೇಖರ ಸತ್ಯ ಸಾಯಿ ಶಂಕರ
ಚಂದ್ರಶೇಖರ ಸತ್ಯ ಸಾಯಿ ಶಂಕರ
ಚಂದ್ರ ಸದಾಶಿವ ಚಂದ್ರಶೇಖರ
ವಿಭೂತಿ ಸುಂದರ ಸಾಯಿನಾ ವಿಭೂತಿ ಸುಂದರ ಸಾಯಿನಾ ವಿಭೂತಿ ಸುಂದರ ಸಾಯಿನಾ ವಿಭೂತಿ ಸುಂದರ ಸಾಯಿನಾ 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 ಸತ್ಯ ಸಾಯಿನಾ
ಸಾಯಿನಾ ಸಾಯಿನಾ ಸತ್ಯ ಸಾಯಿನಾ
साईनाथ साईनाथ सत्य साईनाथ
साईनाथ साईनाथ सत्य साईनाथ
गंगाधर हर सांब सदा शिव
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 साईनाथ सत्य साईनाथ
साईनाथ सत्य साईनाथ
साईनाथ साईनाथ सत्य साईनाथ
साईनाथ साईनाथ सत्य साईनाथ
साईनाथ साईनाथ सत्य साईनाथ
साईनाथ साईनाथ सत्य साईनाथ
विभूति सुंदर साईनाथ
विभूति सुंदर साईनाथ
साईनाथ साईनाथ सत्य साईनाथ
साईनाथ साईनाथ सत्य साईनाथ
गंगाधर हर सांब सदा शिव
गंगाधर हर सांब सदा शिव
साईनाथ सत्य साईनाथ
साईनाथ सत्य साईनाथ
साईनाथ साईनाथ सत्य साईनाथ
साईनाथ साईनाथ सत्य साईनाथ
साईनाथ साईनाथ सत्य साईनाथ
साईनाथ साईनाथ सत्य साईनाथ
विभूति सुंदर साईनाथ
मृत्युंजयाय नमो
मृत्युंजयाय नमः
मृत्युंजयाय नमो
मृत्युंजयाय नमः
त्रयंबकाय नमो
त्र्यम्बकाय नमः
त्रयंबकाय नमो
त्र्यम्बकाय नमः
लिंगेश्वराय नमो
लिंगेश्वराय नमः
लिंगेश्वराय नमो
लिंगेश्वराय नमः
साईश्वराय नमो
ईश्वराय नमः
साईश्वराय नमो
ईश्वराय नमः
ॐ नमः शिवाय नमो
ॐ नमः शिवाय 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 नमः
मृत्युंजयाय नमो
मृत्युंजयाय नमः
त्रयंबकाय नमो
त्र्यम्बकाय नमः
लिंगेश्वराय नमो
ईश्वराय नमः
साईश्वराय नमः
ईश्वराय नमः
ॐ नमः शिवाय 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 नमः ॐ नमः शिवाय नमः ॐ नमः शिवाय नमः
नमः शिवाय नमः
मृत्युञ्जयाय नमः
प्रेम मुदित मन से कहो राम 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 श्री राम राम प्रेम मुदित मन से कहो राम 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 श्री राम राम पाप कटे दुख मिटे वेत राम नाम भव समुद्र सुखद नाव एक राम नाम परम शांति सुख निदान दिय राम नाम निराधार को आधार एक राम नाम माता पिता बंधु सखा सब ही राम नाम भक्त जन जीवन जन एक राम नाम भक्त जन जीवन जन एक राम 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 श्री राम राम
Om Jai Jagadish Hare Swami Satya Sai Hare Bhakta Jana Samrashaka Bhakta Jana Samrashaka Parti Maheshwara Om Jaya Jagadish Hare Shashivadana Shekara Seva Prarapate Swami Seva Prarapate Ashita Kapalatika Ashita Kapalatika Abhabandava Om Jaya
Jagadish Hare
Mata Pita Gurudeva Mariam Taruni Swami Mariam Taruni Ve Nada Brahma Jagannatha Nada Brahma Jagannatha Nagendra Shayana Om Jaya Jagadish Hare Omkara Rupa Jai Shri Sai Mahadeva Satya Sai Mahadeva Mangala Arati Anudoko Mangala Arati Anudoko Mangala Giridhari Om Jaya Jagadish Hare Narayana Narayana Om Satya Narayana 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 Om Narayana Narayana Om Satya Narayana Narayana Om Satya Narayana Narayana Om Jai Sadguru Deva Narayana Narayana Om Satya Narayana 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 Om Narayana Narayana Om Satya Narayana Narayana Om Satya Narayana Narayana Om Jai Sadguru Deva Narayana Narayana Om Satya Narayana 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 Om Narayana Narayana Om Satya Narayana Narayana Om Satya Narayana Narayana Om Jai Sadguru Deva Om Shanti 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 Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu Om Shanti 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 Jai Bolo Bhagavan Shri Satya Sai Baba Ji Ki Jai Paramam Pavitram Baba Vibhutim Paramam Vijitram Leela Vibhutim Paramam Ishata Moksha Pradhanam Paramata Ishta Moksha Pradhanam Baba Vibhutim Idamashayami Baba Vibhutim Idamashayami Sacred, holy and supreme is Baba's Vibhutim, pouring forth with brilliant stream Misleyo Vibhuti. So species is his mighty grass liberation. Baba's Vibhuti, his power protects me. Paramam Pavitram Baba Vibhutim. Paramam Vichitram Leela Vibhutim. Paramata Ishat Moksha Pradhanam. Paramat Vibhutim Idamashayami. Baba Vibhutim Idamashayami. Mangalam Gurudevaya. Mangalam Jnanadayane. Mangalam Partivasaya. Mangalam Sri Satya Saine. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Brahma Padam Brahmavir Brahmano Brahmanahutam. Brahmevadera Gantavyam. Brahma Karma Samadhinaha. Aham Vaishwanaro Bhutva Praninam Hehamashitaha. Pranamaya Samayuktaha. Panchamirnam Chaturvidam. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Om Saishwaraya Vidmahe Satyadevaya Dhimahi Tanna Sarva Prachodayat. Om Saishwaraya Vidmahe Satyadevaya Dhimahi Tanna Sarva